Hello, I'm Louise from BeHealing.com and welcome to the Spiritual News Show for the week starting Friday the 18th of January 2013. Now in the reading today for this week's all about letting go of the past, and this is on a whole new level than we've let go before. And so what's happening is the things that are coming up for us now, the promptings, the things that we're remembering, the things that have been shown to us again or we've been reminded about are coming up again for us, because last time in the past that we were faced with these things, we didn't deal with it and release it fully, because the energies around that weren't solution oriented at that time. So the energies of the world at the time weren't conducive to actually releasing that issue and dealing with that situation fully when it first arose. And so now we're getting these reminders to fully face them and deal with them again, because the solutions are there now. And so if you can, detach from the past, detach from what happened last time you faced this thing, and know that the energies have changed and that the solutions are there. This is all about us releasing all the past from the old paradigm, releasing ourselves from that old paradigm so that we can step into the new fully, and releasing all our old emotional connections to the past so that we can move forward with that. And so anything that's been coming up for you in that way, things that you've tried to deal with in the past that haven't worked and you've just kind of tried to forget about it, deal with them this time and know that there's a positive outcome coming from it this time. This week is all about connection with ourselves, connection with our higher selves. So again, this is a week not to do too much. In fact, we shouldn't be doing too much anymore anyway, at all. We are much more beings now. We don't have to do so much anymore. It's more about us just tapping into that flow and going along with it, which was what life was always about, that. But the energies that we've got now in the world, now it's changed so much since the end of last year, is really conducive to that, to helping us to do that. And so our guides will put the reins on us if we're trying to step ahead too much. And so you might find that in the past week you've been doing a little bit more than you did at the very start of the year. You've been actually applying yourself and wanting to move forward with things. And if things stop, if things stop working for you, if it gets a little hard to do, that's the signs that you need to stop and actually just take time to be, just take time to enjoy yourself and be. We're working with our spiritual teams much more now. We need to let go of this whole control thing that we've had in the old paradigm, controlling our lives, and just start working with the flow of the universe and the things that are being brought directly to us by our spiritual teams. And so what's most important for us right now is the connection with our higher selves, connecting in with how you feel about anything, really connecting with your body, really connecting in with how things feel for you when you're thinking about something, when you're confronted with a situation, really feel into it. And if it doesn't feel good, then back away from it. If something doesn't feel good, that's your higher self saying that isn't the truth for you, and so it's okay to let it go and just walk away from it. If something feels good, and if it's a thought, then find a better thought. Find a thought that makes you feel better. So if you're thinking about something that's making you feel bad, then that shows that that's not the truth. What you're thinking is not the truth to your higher self, and so change those thoughts to the positive until you feel better, and then you're getting to the truth that your higher self knows. So this week all about love, all about letting go of the past, love, connection to your higher self, tapping into that and just being, not doing too much, and just really listening to the signs within your feelings of whether you should move on something, whether you should stop, maybe whether you should wait, whether you want to just relax and do something for yourself, or whether you want to get moving on it. Really tap into your feelings and don't persist when your feelings aren't there. Always go with how you're feeling, and then you'll be fully in the flow. Now in Ascension news, we've got, again, this letting go of the past, cleaning up old energy. This is what's going on. We are detaching ourselves from the old paradigm now, and any emotional connections that we still have to past events, they're coming back up for us again so that we can deal with them and heal them this time and tap into that solution, because the solutions are there right now. So once again, expect the solution, the best solution for everyone, to be completely, immediately apparent and be sorted out straight away. In the last few days, if things like this have been brought up for you, and you've had the feeling to keep on ignoring something because of you know how it pans out, you know how it's been, then this is your call to say, no, it's not going to be like that anymore. That was old paradigm stuff. You can let go of that and deal with it this time, and there'll be a positive solution now for you. Breath is really important, not just to tap into our feelings, but tap into our breath. So our feelings are an indicator of whether we're in the flow or not, whether we're doing well or not, whether we're aligned with our higher self or not. Now, if you are particularly sensitive, you'll be able to feel whenever you have a thought, whether it feels good or bad, and the slight changes in that, and so that you only act or move forward on, or choose to have those thoughts that just feel good. If you are less in tune with yourself, less sensitive than that, then you can notice your breath instead. Because when we are struggling with something, when we're anxious or fearful, our breath tends to get shallow, and what happens is that's our resistance to having the solution, the easy solution. So our breath gets shallow when we want to hold on to that drama, when we want to hold on to that fear, when we're kind of defensively justifying that we have this fear or this bad feeling thing going on. If we are to just let go of that and be open to it just being released from us straight away and taken away from us, the universe will do that straight away. And what happens is, once we lose that resistance, once we stop wanting to hold on to that drama and that pain, our breath deepens, and the inflow of breath, the breath is the connection between our higher self and our physical bodies, that intake of breath fills us up and makes us lighter, and it just takes that whole burden away from us straight away. And so the breath, noticing your breath, can be a real good indicator of whether something's aligned with you or not. If you really take time to notice what your usual breath patterns are, and then notice how they change when you're having certain thoughts or in different situations. Because your breath will get shorter if you're in more resistance, and it will get deeper if you're in less resistance. The trick is to just be in less resistance, because you'll get more done that way. And so don't force yourself to take those deep breaths, even though that will help you in the short term. Start to use your breath as an indicator of whether you're aligned with your higher self or not, whether you're going in the right direction that your higher self wants you to go or not, whether you're going in the direction of the things that you really want or not. The next thing about the Ascension process at the moment is very exciting. We've got big physical body changes going on at the moment. Now, these body changes are being supported. Everyone's going through them at different rates, and so there's some forerunners going through this at the moment, and some people are going to catch up later once a lot of people have been through these changes. So don't worry where you are on that process, because you will catch up eventually. Many of us have had in the past few weeks and months, have had the information coming through, the nudge, the urge to clean up our diets and to take more exercise and to really get in tune with our bodies and how they feel. Now, this new information that's coming out, and it's coming out from many different sources now, from doctors and all kinds of people are coming clean about what they really know about health and what's really good for us. When we can tune into that, when we can really tune into our bodies and feel what's good for us and what's not good for us. At the moment, it's easier than ever to do this, because it's easier, the energies around us make it easier for us to choose these better things for us. So if you've ever been like on a cleanse, on a detox, or on a diet before, and you found it hard, try it now. It's going to be so much easier because the energies are supportive of that. But these kind of nudges that we've been getting are preparing our physical body for these huge DNA changes that are happening. Now, the DNA changes that went about last year for many people which were kind of the prerequisite for what's going to be happening in the future now. But when we are positively focused, when we're really in tune with ourselves, when we're really listening to our bodies and how we feel and acting on those and listening to all the signs around us, we do not need illness anymore. Illness only is like an extreme sign when somebody hasn't been listening to the rest of the signs. And so what's happening is when we're getting attuned, when we're getting our minds in the right places and our bodies in the right places, illness won't be a factor anymore. Our DNA is going to be changed, likened to a cockroach. So cockroaches are very highly evolved beings, would you believe it? But are very resilient to many things in their environment. They can be poison, they can be illness, all kinds of things. Just don't touch cockroaches at all, because they have this changed DNA in pretty much the same way as we're about to receive. And so the DNA will be changed such that we don't need to experience illness anymore. There won't be any of that anymore because we don't need it. We'll be fully in tune with how we're feeling, and that will be enough to give us those clues to which way we're going to stay in tune with our higher self. So as I said before, this is happening to everyone, but it's happening kind of on a sliding scale. Don't worry if you're not getting the promptings yet to clean up the body, it will come in time. Don't worry if you're not getting sensitive yet. As much, the more you practice being really in tune with your body and feeling what's going on whenever you do something, and if it doesn't feel good, not doing it, and if it does feel good, doing it, the more you practice feeling how something feels when you're thinking it, and if it doesn't feel good, knowing it's not the truth of your higher self, and so changing that thought to the positive. Once you get on this positive track and you're practicing it, it's going to really flow on from there. And then you will get the promptings to clean up the body, ready for these DNA changes to take place. Some people are already there, and some people are moving into it now, and everyone will be through it. And the exciting thing about this is it means that the limitations are being taken away from our bodies. Limitations that we've had, our physical limitations, are being taken away, which means that we can create so much more in the world. So it's a very exciting time. If you need any help with your health, with health concerns and what your body's trying to tell you, because if you have a health concern, it's your higher self saying that you've ignored lots of different signs that have been going on in your mind, that have been going on outside of you. You've been given lots of signs, and then your body has to start communicating it to you. So it's emotional problems, it's spiritual problems that need to be solved. It's never purely physical. It's never purely physical. And so if you need help with that, then go on BeHealing.com. I offer health readings, and I'll be able to read for you into your symptoms of what your body is telling you, and what those emotional things are, and how to actually heal it and release it for good, so that you don't need to have those health problems anymore. So this is the time to really get going on sorting your health out if you haven't already. So very exciting times. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.